The air is full of network announcing themselves. You don't hear it, but attackers do, and I will show how. I'm building a hacking device, and I just implemented the part of the firmware that listens to Wi-Fi signals. In this video, we will go from the signal in the air down to the code. So what actually is that signal? It's a wave. Same family as sound or light, this one's just a radio. Every wave has a frequency, how many times it oscillates per second. Wi-Fi sits at 2.4 GHz, that is, 2.4 billion oscillations every second. That 2.4 band is what's called an ISM band, a slice of the spectrum regulators left open, license-free. That's why Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and even your microwave often all live in the same place. It runs from about 2400 to 2483 MHz, and that is the range you are seeing here. My radio, the ESP32, only listened on 2.4 GHz, but modern devices are dual band, so they show up on 2.4 too. Adding 5 GHz is something I am thinking about for a future build, but for now 2.4 does the job. The band isn't one single space, it's sliced into channels. And here is the catch, they overlap. Only 1, 6, and 11 stay out of each other's way. My radio can only listen to one channel at a time, so to hear everything it has to hoop. That wave in the air isn't just noise, it's carrying information, ones and zeros encoded into the signal. The MOROS receives that wave and turns it back into digital data. The signal carries information and the firmware decodes it. Those bits are not random. They snap together into a frame, a beacon. Every access point shoots one of these about 10 times a second. It's the network business card. A beacon is packed with dozens of fields. These are the 4 I care about: the name, the SSID, the router's hardware address, the BSSID, the channel, and how it's protected, the security type. And that's it. Everything you see on the MOROS screen is this. Bits from there, decoded into a frame, and drawn as a row on the display. At first I had the scan run straight from the boot. It fired the moment the device turned on, dumping everything to my terminal. Good enough to test the radio. But that meant the radio was always on, always listening, even when I didn't ask. So I moved it. Now it lives inside the Wi-Fi tool, and only fires when I actually open it. The device stays silent until I choose to listen. And then, there they are, every network around me. Each row is one of those structures we just built, filled from a real beacon. Under the hood, the radio is open across channels, to cut the null, exactly what we set up earlier. We have pulled the beacon apart. Now, let's actually read it. Most fields just identify the network, but one of them tells us how it's protected, the secret field. It's what says whether a network is WPA2, WPA3, open, also on the type of connection. And that is the one worth reading closely. If an attacker wanted, how hard would it be? So I turned that answer into a color, a traffic light, right on the screen. Red, open or WAP. Open means no encryption at all. That means anyone nearby reads your traffic. WAP has a lock, but the key is under the mat. It cracks in minutes. Amber, WPA and the WPA2 has a real encryption, but an attacker can capture the handshake and crack the password offline. Weak password, it fails. And the green, WPA3. It fixes the classic offline password attack. Even if someone captures the handshake, they can't brute force your password offline, like they could with WPA2. If your router supports it, WPA3 is the best choice for home Wi-Fi today. Just remember, every device on your network needs to support WPA3, or you may have to use the compatibility mode. Do you remember that traffic light? Here it is, for real, same colors running on the device. WPA2 and WPA3 again. WPA2, do you notice a pattern? So why is almost everything WPA2? WPA2 has been the default for home networks for about 20 years. But where is the WPA3, the green? It's been around since 2018, but adoption is still slow. A lot of routers and devices don't support it yet. Or fall back to WPA2. Green is still where, even trophy is better. And the WPA2 isn't safe or unsafe. It depends on the password. A strong one holds. A weak one fails on that offline attack. The traffic light doesn't judge for you, it gives you a starting point. You remember I said 2 fields you have to interpret? Security was the first. Here's the second. Signal strength, RSSI. In this one, the radio measured itself, it's not in the beacon. Look at the number, it's negative, minus blah blah blah. It's measuring in dBm, and the Wi-Fi signal is a teeny fraction of milliwatt. So the number goes negative. The rule is simple. The closer to zero, the stronger. So, an example. Minus 40 is strong, we are close. Minus 85 is weak, we are far. Or throw fell wall. It's not exact a distance, it's a proxy. How hard the signal hit my antenna. And that is the raw picture from one silent scan. What is around me, how it's protected, and how close it is. That is what an attacker sees, before touching anything. I started this video by saying the air is full of networks, and attackers listen. Now you have seen exactly how the invisible made visible. There is one thing this scan didn't give me, the hiding networks. The ones that show up as a hidden. They hide their name, but that name is too private of there, in the frames the device sends. Going after that is the next chapter, the sniper. So it's all for today. Next time, we make the hiding networks talk.